welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be another Manic Monday video. This is going to be about the spook house, which is what my family called it when they were working on the property. It was a rent property. So this happened back in 1963 and it wasn't ever really talked about because the paranormal wasn't mainstream like it's starting to become today. Nobody really spoke about it. They didn't know what they were seeing or hearing, and if they spoke about it, then they might think that they were crazy because, like I said, the paranormal was not mainstream as it is today. So this is going to be about the story of how family had to deal with in the spook house. This house was on Columbia Street. They did tear it down. I don't know how long ago, but it no longer stands. It was a really old, it just looked creepy from what my family describes it. It was a very old property. My whole family, they were taught at a very early age, you have to work very hard. So my mom is one of 6 kids that my grandma and grandpa had. So they always worked really hard at cleaning up after people, fixing the rent properties to go ahead and sell. I do have some notes here. I am going to be looking down at them just to make sure that I get it correct. Now, one of the first things that started was a woman did pass away in the home. They're not sure how old she was or how she passed away, but she did pass away in the home, and it was believed to be haunted by more than one spirit. The floors were very creaky also, and that will play later on into the story whenever I talk about it. My grandpa always kept really expensive tools. He always kept them in the basement, but nothing was disturbed ever. If they were working on, let's say, in the basement, and then they would hear this partying going on upstairs, loud music, people laughing, and just sounded like you were in a really big party. Like, it was very loud up on the first floor. So my grandpa would sneak up the wooden steps and they would creak. He would sneak up and he'd get to about the second step from the top of the floor. It would quiet down immediately. All the noise would stop. So he would go back down and say, he would say that was unusual, and he would go back down and continue his work. And this happened several times. So then they would move to, let's say, the first floor. And this house had 3 different floors. So there was the basement, first floor, and the top floor. So they would go on to the main floor, and they would be working on it again. They would all hear it sounded like a party upstairs. Again, my grandpa would go up and try and sneak up to where the party was, and it would immediately stop. He would come back down onto the first floor, and the music would start again. Soon he realized that nobody was there, so he just kept on working. And you have to remember that the windows that were in, there was no way anybody could get in because the windows were 8 feet tall. And there was no possibility of anybody getting in. They always kept the windows closed, always the deadbolts locked. Everything was sealed up whenever they weren't there. So after so many false alarms, they just decided to just ignore it. Again, it would happen from time to time. And you have to remember that this really scared them because the paranormal was not mainstream as it is now, as more people are accepting the paranormal as today. When the property was almost finished, my grandma actually went to check on something at the house. And when she got there, the deadbolt doors unlocked. They would be open. They would be wide open. And my grandma saw that the doors were all open. The front and the back door were both unlatched and open as well. The windows were locked up. This terrified my grandma, and they all decided to go ahead and sell the rent property and to just be done with it. Again, this was back in 1963. Very terrifying for everybody. So I'd say that's about it. Sorry this video wasn't longer, but it was a part of the Manic Monday series. I am going to try and get my mom on my channel to interview her. You guys can meet her, interview her maybe next Monday or the following Monday for her to talk about her story, how she crossed over to the afterlife. If you guys are interested in that video, like this one and comment below. And you guys can go ahead and feel free to share your stories. Remember to ring the notification bell because I do upload on Mondays and Wednesdays. Maybe not every Monday because this past Monday was pretty rough. But Wednesday I'll be coming out with another video. And if you do like my eye makeup that I did, I can do a tutorial on it. Just let me know in the comments. Wherever you guys are watching this, have a good day, evening, and I will see you guys Wednesday. Thanks. Bye.